In 2021, we were trained by two Filipino experts, Jun brothers. I did basic training, then intermediate, and then also advanced training.
Hello, my name is Bill Yasis, and I'm an instructor here in Bhutan for baking and pastry. And like all chefs, I really love my knives. Knives are the most important tool of any chef. And I was lucky enough to meet Mr. Tashi Wangchuk, the owner and operator of DRUP-GE, Bhutan Blades. Let's go meet him. Hello, I'm here with Tashi Wangchuk and Kelzang Kelzang, who are two knife makers at Bhutan Blade. And I know them quite well because last year I discovered the forge and their incredible artistry. And so I indulged in several of the knives that they make, and they are beautiful objects. I want to thank you both for making yourselves available today. I know you have a busy schedule, so we'll get right into it. Tashi, you first. Let me ask you, how did you get involved in knife making?
Okay, thank you for the question and thank you for the opportunity. My name is Tashi Wangchuk. So currently I'm running this business, DRUP-GE. So DRUP-GE, which means BHUTANESE blades. So like we are dealing with knife making. We make knives, different types of knives, any types of knife actually, like shaved knives, then swords, Bhutanese traditional knives, then like bushcraft, camping knives, everything. So yeah, that's the thing.
Wonderful, and each one of them is unique. Let me ask you, does anyone ever ask you to make like a sword, a really long knife?
Like we are making, like right now we are also making swords. Like most of the time we used to make traditional knife, Bhutanese ceremonial knife, which is around like 24 inches without cover hander. So with cover hander, I think it's around 29 or 30 inches long. And then we had some orders, like sword different, other than the Bhutanese sword, we have other sword we used to make. So we are planning to do it.
Wonderful. And how did you learn how to make knives and swords?
Okay, about that, like since I did my training in 2021, we were trained by two Filipino experts, Jun brothers. I did basic training, then intermediate, and then also advanced training. So after that, I did my production out here in the DSP. Then somehow after that, we had another Filipino expert who is expert in chef knife. So he came here. His name is Sean Alonso. So we were taught by him. We were taught about Damascus most of the time. That's the thing.
And please explain to the audience, what does it mean to say Damascus steel?
Okay, Damascus. I think Damascus means is a blade or steel which is made by different types of steel. For example, for us we use 1095, that's high carbon. Then we use 1520, which is a bit low carbon. We mixed high carbon and low carbon together, stack it, weld it, then we forge it, make it long. So like then we fold again and again according to the pattern you want to make. So on average, we make around 120 folds, I think, for Damascus. So yeah,
120 fold.
Yeah, folds.
Wow.
So for first time we are doing around 17 to 18 according to the pattern we wish to make. So then we stack them. So like 17 times 2, 3, 4, then it gets more and more.
Nice, nice. So stacking means you are putting, you're folding and
Yeah.
letting. So once you fold, then you need to sort of stretch it out with by hammering it.
Yeah, we like firstly we stack together, weld it, then we put it in the fire, wood, then we have power hammer and press. So, and we also need to do manually. So like hammer it, make it large, then around, I think we are making around 40-50 inches long. Then we cut it again around 7 inches or something, 7 inches. So then we stack together, same process.
Same process.
So at last that pattern comes.
And you said how many folds? 100 and
120 normal, that's the average. So if a customer is demanding a higher fold, we can do it 400, 500.
What is the advantage of more folds?
Advantage, the more fold you do it, the stronger that knife will be. And secondly, I think the main is pattern. I think if you do more fold, then the pattern is coming very beautiful. Yeah, shows out. Yeah.
And so, is there some special way to sharpen Damascus steel, or do you use the same method on the stone?
Like, I think it's almost same, but for Damascus, like we have a sharpening stone, but not the regular one. We have, like if you notice, we have sandpaper.
Oh,
Grit-wise, so something like that. We have 120, 800, 8,000, something like that. So we need to
so
sharpen
it's
it.
very fine.
Yeah, so it's razor sharp.
Yes, yes, I know your knives are super sharp. I've cut myself a few times. Kelzang, let's turn to you. So you had an interesting entry into Bhutan Blade. Tell us about how you got involved.
Thank you for the opportunity. Firstly, I was in Kuwait, so I didn't had an idea about forging or anything. So by due course of time, it was I think it was in 2022 when I first saw advertisement on this skilling program. It was mainly inspired by our Majesty, so I took an interest and I just opt for it. So finally, I got the opportunity and I landed here.
Okay, so you must have been a good student if you were asked to stay.
About this, I don't know. My instructor would know.
So, well, tell me, when you first started, what was surprising to you about making steel and making blades?
I was mainly trained by a Filipino instructor, Sean Alonso. He's from Philippines and he's very masters in chef knives. He also won the award for best chef, Damascus chef knife in Asia.
Oh, wow.
I was trained by him, so he also inspired me to do this.
Awesome. That's great. I can, I mean, we have different crafts. My craft is baking and pastry, very different. But one thing it reminds me of is in baking, we make something called puff pastry. And we keep folding and folding, like you said, with the blade, except it's butter and flour. And so it's interesting because when you make 3 folds and then you fold 3 on top of that, that's 9, times 9 is 81, times over and over, you get to 1,000 layers very quickly. So I understand, even though it's a very different material, it's sort of a similar craft in that sense. Just yours lasts longer, but mine tastes better. Well, this is, it's really fascinating to hear about these, this method. And I know you put the steel in a very hot forge, gets to, what's the temperature of the forge, would you estimate?
If we do in centigrade, we just pound it when it is about 800 to 1200 degrees centigrade, when it's malleable to pound.
So it's soft when it's
soft,
that hot.
yeah. That's the sweet spot, sweet temperature.
Very cool. Well, a lot of our viewers are very interested in the business part of what you do. We call ourselves Entrepreneur Bhutan. So I would like to know, Tashi, if you could tell us, so you were teaching with DSP, and then what caused that change from DSP to an independent operator?
Me and 3 other friends, we had a discussion. So why not we took it, we opened a new force. So we just went to the office with DSP. We proposed them like if they can give us some financial support so that we can start a new force workshop. So like they were not they were not giving us the funds, so they just like told us to lease this workshop. So like then we ended up hiring this workshop. So we had some employees, then we work ourselves. So by that time we had around 8 members working. So that's how we started this.
I see. Yeah, it sounds like you have that key to successful business, which is persistence. Like at first, people maybe they're not sold on your idea. They're not sure if you can actually pull it off. But you have to have that persistence, that perseverance to keep going and believe in yourself. And you obviously have that. So when you first started, so for example, you talked about many different types of steel. Did you have to learn that as you progressed, or were you already well versed in those different types of?
About types of the steel, I think I knew that before we started this business. So,
Yes.
But after we took upon the business, like we were for Damascus, we have different patterns, like a rand rope. We have rand rope, something like rand rope. Then rainbow, then feather, many types of pattern. So we were taught like some very simple pattern. So by then we started the business. So we learned upon the while making, where some customer demanded that pattern. So we just learn.
Right. And you mentioned high carbon and low carbon steel. What is the advantage of high carbon steel when it comes to sharpening a knife?
Okay, high carbon steel is like basically like every knife is have to have a good temper. Like for Bhutan, we have a bug jam where men carries out here every time. I think if you go to villages, we can see many men or every man carrying a knife. So for that knife, the use of the knife is to cut tree. So to cut tree, we have to have a good temper where heat treat is done well. So like comparing to low carbon and like stainless steel and different types of steel, high carbon is best to temper. So it gets tempered. It has good edge retention, so everything is perfect.
Good edge retention, yeah. High carbon steel, so that keeps the edge better. And again, I'm always struck by the terms that you use are the same terms I use in baking, because when you say temper steel, we temper chocolate also, and it's about getting that exact temperature so that the chocolate holds together and becomes brittle. It's kind of fun to hear the language that you use. And Tashi, one of the things I notice about your knives is that you have a whole different range of sheaths and holders. And I'm thinking that maybe that's a kind of a traditional style of holding a knife, so that because the blade is difficult to pull out, so it doesn't just fall out. So I'd like you to tell us about the sheath and handles of the knives here.
We used to use horn of a yak, then
I see.
deer antler, buffalo.
Buffalo, wow.
So for a traditional knife, Bhutanese traditional knife, we normally make like traditional. So it has a handle, just holding just the wood, and we have a ferrule like made of copper, and for cover we have something made of pine wood, then like stitched with leather stitch, And for like different knives, bushcraft, we have chef knives, other knife sorts. For chef knives, we normally use like horns, and we use maple, different wood, walnut, and burl, of course. And for cover, I think we use leather. We have a thick leather We call it Western leather. So it's thick, very original, very lasting. So, and we make out of wood, I think. And another one, we have Kydex. You've heard of Kydex?
No, what is that?
Kydex is something like
Carbon fiber. It's more like carbon fiber.
yeah, something like that. So make it into the shape of the knife. So you can just put it, hang it on your belt.
And do you make the handles here, or you outsource that part?
Handles, yeah, everything out here. Almost 90% out here.
And so that's like carving, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Then we have a traditional one. We call it chain. We use silver chain, something carving on the handle cover. So that one we just give it to another guy.
To like a jewelry maker or something.
They make for us.
Yeah, that's my favorite knife. Yeah, I love to bring it out in the kitchen because everybody is so jealous. That's the best part. Kelzang, are you involved in the handle making as well?
Yeah, we do. We do everything, including leather sheets, scabbard, handle, blade. We do everything here.
I see.
Almost all.
So you had to learn about leather as well as about steel.
Yeah, we do. It's tiring yet fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can imagine. It must all be these different materials. So you have wood, you have yak
Leather,
horn and buffalo horn.
Antler as well. We can manipulate anything if you want. We can make out of brass, out of copper. It's up to you. You can play with it.
That's great, great. Good. Well, we'll get a little promotion in here for the business.
Thank you.
No
thank
problem.
you.
No problem with that. Fantastic. And so this is a successful business, and it's a product that as soon as people see it, they're really envious and they want it. I can attest to that because all of my chef friends, when I show them this, they immediately want to talk to you and get their own knife. So what I want to ask, as many business people have a going business, successful business, maybe they're just happy staying the way they are, or they want to expand. So do you have any ideas for expansion or new techniques or new products?
Like right now, we are just trying to sell within country, Bhutan.
Yeah.
So we are planning to do internationally. We are trying to market internationally. We did some shifting to other countries. So we are trying to do it more in the future. And about the products, like we are making products like day by day, new products, I think. So we had one sort that we call it Benpata in Bhutan. It's almost a century old, more than a century, 400, 300 old.
Oh.
So they had a pattern. It's I think it's Damascus. They call it laminated. So like, the pattern is called hairpin fold.
I see.
Some they call it rainbow fold. So
We are trying to revive it.
we are trying to make that.
see.
We tried several times but failed.
Yes.
So
We're still
I think we are going to success one day. We are trying to do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And this is a traditional knife making
yes.
that is unique to Bhutan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I think there is no one making that right now in the world.
No one can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We have, I think, the first Bhutanese blade, it was Lung Richem. We call it Lung Richem. We have 3 in Bhutan, I guess. One is in Dechen Phodrang, and one is in Punakha, and other in Talo Gempa, I think. We are just trying to. That one is very special. It was made by Drukyul. Drukyul Jangkap. He's the artist. It was made in 6th century, I think.
Whoa, that's amazing. That tradition has been here for so long is really incredible. And you are reviving
We are trying to revive.
that's centuries old. I think that's just so cool. It's the kind of thing that I love in my field as well of baking, to bring back these traditional recipes that often were just performed in a certain small area, a region of a country, and never really went outside of that region. But now with communication is so much easier in the modern world, and so the whole world can share on something like that, which has such deep affiliation with Bhutan and the history of Bhutan. That's amazing. So that would be a really cool area to explore. And well, I wish you luck with
Thank you.
learning how to do that. I'm sure you'll stick to it and
Thank you,
and get there.
Having many demand, that sort.
Yeah, that's cool.
One of the most expensive blade in Bhutan.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so I presume it keeps an edge for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way of making is very different from Damascus making. They
I see.
use kind of sand. In terms of, we use borax, they use sand to pound it to stick together.
So the sand is like an abrasion that
Yeah, the mechanism to stick, they use it.
interesting.
We
Yeah,
are trying, but I hope we can one day.
that's amazing. Well, I'll be your second customer. Okay, every entrepreneur always hopes to get help or get sort of that best customer, someone who supports them, or even financial help from the government. So have you had such help in this business?
Initially, when we started this business, we were out of fun. So,
I see.
yeah. So we just informed DSP about that. So they gave us the fund to initially begin the business.
Yeah.
And we have MOIC ministry. So they help us with the salary for employees. Help us in the sense like they give certain amount from the ministry. So we need to just top out on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so they came in to help you. But obviously you had a good reputation before that. Yeah.
And we also won the springboard competition for entrepreneur. We were the first.
Oh, tell us about that. That's interesting. That was a competition?
Yeah, he was the presenter.
Here in Bhutan.
Yeah. Here.
Springboard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
springboard.
we is last year, I think, 2023.
Three before last year.
I see.
The Springboard is a program where they have many partners, Northern Foundation, UNDP, and many other, I think. So they give the financial support for promising business owners and a good business ideas. So, and they also take classes about the financial thing, marketing, everything about the business. So we were up there. So we won the first prize. That was 5 lakh, I think. 5 lakh.
Congratulations.
5 million.
By the way, it's free money.
Free money.
No need to repay or
Wow, fantastic.
It's kind of just a seed money to start a business.
Right. Oh, well, that must have been a load off your mind to have that and get things started. And the great thing about that is that you really used it in the right way to grow your business, and you didn't go out and buy a Ferrari or something. That's amazing. I mean, that's truly the story we love to talk about here on this broadcast, because so many entrepreneurs, they bang their head against the wall and they try to do this and myself included. I have started businesses, some successful, some not so successful. And of course, it's very painful when they fail, but you always learn something. So I'm happy to learn about this successful business, and I know it takes a lot of effort. So it's obviously it's a really stressful job and tiring job physically. So I'll ask each of you separately. At the end of the day, when you want to relax, what do you do?
Okay, for me, like after the work, I just go down there and play games. And then sometimes I used to watch movies or just sleep.
That's a good relaxing way. Me too. Yeah. Now I'm either on YouTube or TikTok or some
TikTok.
some.
TikTok is good.
It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's very silly because I feel like I'm not learning anything, but it's just entertaining. Kelzang, how do you relax?
I just YouTube it. I just go
Same.
to YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if not, I just Netflix it. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's great, great. Me too. It's a terrific way to
Set
just forget
boredom,
about the day and your any troubles. If you have a what's the word, hero or idol or someone either in your life or someone you've just heard about or read about, who would be your hero?
About that, I think I don't have that particular thing, a particular person. But I think what inspired me is His Majesty the King. So like he works every time
Yes.
tirelessly. So like when I think about His Majesty, so like something the interest come to interest for the work comes. So like I think His Majesty will be my hero.
Yes.
Probably.
Kelzang.
For me, I think Our Majesty inspired us. The way he gives the skilling program inspired us. The way he loves the blade. Just because of him, I was here. I landed here. So he will be my idol, I guess.
I'm so happy to hear you both say that. You know, without prompting, the longer I'm in Bhutan, the more I feel like that is one of the things. There's many things. There's nature, there's architecture, there's art, but His Majesty's programs, his personality, his method of leadership, I have never seen anything like it. Quite the opposite, in fact. When we look around the world today, we see greedy dictators who just try to
Certainly.
take money. No names mentioned. But in this country, we are so lucky to have this person who really has developed these programs for everyone to benefit from. And I'm just realizing that last week or the week before, I saw in the news that both His Majesty and the Prime Minister went to Thimphu to work on the airport.
Yeah.
And the Prime Minister was carrying this log that was like this big around. And I don't think it was photoshopped. I think it was the real thing.
The real thing.
It's amazing.
Even Our Majesty did.
Yeah, I saw, and his children.
The crown princes.
The crown princes were there working so hard. It's just unheard of. It's without precedent, and I'm so honored to be in this country and to be with people like you who have taken His Majesty's words sincerely and are building up Bhutan. And it makes me think of another question I have for you, Tashi, and also for you, Kelzang. So we know that one of the common points of conversation is young people leave Bhutan. Young people go to other countries, Australia, etc. What would be your advice to a young person who's trying to decide whether they should go elsewhere or stay in Bhutan?
I think I can give advice for them, but like suggestion, going outside is also, I think, a good choice, because like if someone goes outside, then they get some different experience. So they experiences the life out there. So if they are not staying out there for long, I think that should be fine. So like, and in Bhutan we have unemployed youths. So for them, I think if you just if you find your passion, and yeah, something like that. I was just something like them, jobless. So somehow I did the training. So I found my passion out here. So yeah, if you go or if you seek some help from others, you can definitely be doing a good thing in life.
Very inspiring message. Thank you. Kelzang, you have been outside. You worked in Kuwait. Tell us your thoughts on this subject.
From my perspective, I would say it is better in Bhutan. Bhutanese people, they tend to opt for blue color, the white color job. For me, I prefer the manual work, blue color job. Because of everything is because of money. Money, the root of evil. That's why.
Yes, very true.
That's why they are leaving everything. In the end of the day, money counts, right?
Yeah.
Because of that. So for me, I would like to suggest blue collar job isn't a very low profile job.
Very good. Very good. That's a fantastic thing to mention. It's something I say all the time. I tried working in business in an office, a white collar job, and I just was not satisfied. It just, I felt like I was just moving numbers around. And then when I became a baker and I could actually make something with my hands and see the product, bread or a dessert or something as simple as a muffin, and just be proud of that, I felt like my life was much better off. So, I love what you said. There's dignity, and there's in blue collar working with your hands. It's something we can all be proud of, and I think that's a really great message. Thank you for saying it. We have some really great moments here. I'm really, first of all, happy to see you because I haven't seen you since last year. So looking well, both of you. You look well and healthy. One of the things I always like to talk about on this show is that people who are having difficulty in business, and it's really strenuous, it's stressful. You don't know sometimes when the next check is coming in. When you were at your low point, did you ever think about giving up?
Like once in the business, I think everyone has that. We up and down. Sometimes we get good money, and sometimes we are like bankrupt. So like with my fellow friends, I had different difficulties. Like we were out of money, so we need to pay monthly rent for the office, and we need to pay salaries, then utility bills, then we were in the rent, so house rent. So like sometimes thought of that giving up, but what I thought was like business is going up and down is a nature of the business, I think. So yeah, just took that.
So you ride it out. Yeah. And I think what helped me when my business was at a low point was I sort of tried to remember my successes in the past.
Yeah.
And I thought back and I said, well, I did that. So if I just persevere, I just ride it out, things will get better. And of course, that doesn't put any money in the bank, but somehow it just gets you through that tough period.
Mentality.
Yes, exactly. Good one. So you told us about some of your new plans as far as new steel and new design and exporting globally.
Yeah.
In general, what's your take on the future? What do you see as the future of Bhutan Blade?
Okay, like I think we are, as I mentioned, if we succeed as we planned or as we hope, so I think like Bhutanese Blade DRUP-GE will be in a different stage where it's one of the point for tourists. And yeah, I think many Bhutanese are not knowing about the DRUP-GE, our business right now. So in future, maybe all over the country, even in the in other countries.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's amazing. Yeah. Like you were talking about that traditional Bhutanese craft, that would be really cool to have other outlets around Bhutan so people can be proud of that long tradition that they are part of. I'm sure that, you know, after seeing this, people are going to be fascinated by what you do. It's such a traditional and part of Bhutanese culture. If you had a place where tourists could come see blades being made, I think you would have a line out the door. And excellent. Okay, well, I can't wait to keep following your story. Thank you,
Thank you.
gentlemen.